Chapter 1. Whispers in the Wind. The sun hung low over Pallet Town, casting golden hues across its cobblestone streets. The evening air was filled with the pleasant hum of everyday life. Children laughing, merchants hawking their wares, and talos chirping from the treetops. Yet, amidst this familiar cacophony, a different kind of chatter was beginning to dominate the town's conversations. In the heart of Pallet Town, Detective Pikachu sat at his favorite cafe, sipping on a cup of steaming Oran berry coffee. The rich aroma of the brew wafted through the air, blending with the scent of freshly baked puffins from a nearby stall. Pikachu's keen ears, always alert for anything out of the ordinary, twitched as he overheard snippets of conversations from neighboring tables. "Saw it with my own eyes, I tell ya. The stone, it sparkled like a million stars. You shouldn't have gone near that mansion, Timmy. Old tales say it's cursed." With his interest piqued, Detective Pikachu set his cup down, leaning closer to eavesdrop on the animated discussion between a young boy and what appeared to be his worried grandmother. "It's true, Granny. Me and the others, we dared each other to go close to the mansion. We heard stories about the Shimmering Stone and wanted to see if they were true. And they were, but some of us didn't come back." The grandmother's face turned pale, her hands trembling. "Oh, dear Arceus, those woods, they're dangerous, especially with that old Stonecroft mansion standing there. I've always told you children to stay away." Detective Pikachu cleared his throat, capturing the attention of the duo. "Pardon my intrusion," he began, his voice gentle yet firm, "but it seems you've stumbled upon something quite mysterious. Might I be of assistance?" The boy, Timmy, looked up with wide, hopeful eyes. "You're Detective Pikachu, aren't you? The one who's solved so many mysteries?" Pikachu nodded with a wry smile. "That's me. Tell me more about this stone and the missing children." As Timmy recounted his tale, Detective Pikachu's mind raced, piecing together the puzzle. An ancient mansion, a stone of unparalleled beauty, and now missing children. This was no ordinary case, and it called for extraordinary detective work. Finishing his coffee and paying his bill, Detective Pikachu tipped his hat. "Don't you worry, young Timmy. I'll get to the bottom of this." And with a determined glint in his eyes, Detective Pikachu set off towards the woods, the tales of the Shimmering Stone echoing in his ears, guiding him into the heart of the mystery that awaited. Chapter 2. The Descent into Darkness. The ancient woods that enveloped the Stonecroft mansion were notorious in Pallet Town folklore. Tales of ghostly apparitions and enigmatic occurrences were exchanged in hushed tones, especially when nightfall neared. Yet, as Detective Pikachu ventured deeper into the heart of this dense thicket, the setting sun painted the trees in a warm, inviting glow. It was a stark contrast to the chilling tales he'd been privy to. Every step Pikachu took was met with the rustling of leaves and the distant hoot of a hoot-hoot. He could feel the weight of the forest's history with each breath of the moist, earthy air. It was as if the very trees were whispering secrets of days long gone. In his path, Detective Pikachu stumbled upon remnants of what appeared to be an old campsite. Half buried under fallen leaves were scattered papers, their ink faded but still legible. They were diary entries, and as Pikachu skimmed through them, the name Stonecroft appeared repeatedly. Day 37. The stone's allure is undeniable. Its shimmer, unlike anything I've ever witnessed. I feel drawn to it, compelled to uncover its secrets. Day 45. The children of Pallet Town have begun to venture close, their curiosity piqued by the stone's tales. I must protect it, protect them. Its power is not to be trifled with. With each entry, Stonecroft's tone shifted from one of wonder and discovery to obsession and paranoia. The pages revealed a gradual descent into madness, a man consumed by the allure of a mysterious gemstone. Pushing further into the woods, Pikachu's sharp eyes caught a fleeting glimmer in the distance. Drawn to it, he found himself at the edge of a clearing. Before him stood the imposing Stonecroft mansion. Time had not been kind to it. Its once majestic walls were now covered in ivy, windows shattered, and doors hanging by a hinge. But what truly caught Pikachu's attention was the eerie silence that enveloped the mansion. Gone were the sounds of the woods, replaced by an oppressive stillness. It was as if the very air was holding its breath, anticipating his next move. Taking a deep breath, Detective Pikachu approached the mansion's entrance, his heart racing. The diary entries had provided a glimpse into Stonecroft's mind, but the real mystery lay ahead. Pushing the creaky doors open, Pikachu stepped into the darkness, ready to unravel the enigma of the Shimmering Stone. Chapter 3. The Heart of the Mansion Inside. The mansion whispered tales of grandeur, long forgotten. The once opulent hallways, now covered in a thick layer of dust, echoed with memories of laughter and celebration. Faded portraits of the Stonecroft lineage adorned the walls, their eyes seeming to follow Detective Pikachu's every move. Navigating the labyrinthine corridors, Pikachu couldn't help but feel a palpable tension in the air. Every creak of the wooden floorboards, every gust of wind that rattled the broken windows, added to the mansion's eerie ambiance. In his exploration, Pikachu stumbled upon a grand chamber, its entrance marked by an ornate archway. Intricate carvings of various Pokémon and celestial symbols decorated its frame. Pushing the chamber doors open, Pikachu was met with a sight that took his breath away. The room was vast, with a domed ceiling painted to resemble the night sky, each star shimmering with an ethereal glow. But the true spectacle lay in the center of the chamber. Bathed in a pool of soft, radiant light was the stone. Its surface danced with hues of blues, purples, and golds, casting mesmerizing patterns across the room. Drawn to its beauty, Pikachu approached the stone, reaching out a tentative paw. But before he could touch it, a voice rang out, echoing through the chamber. "You cannot comprehend its power, Detective." From the shadows emerged a figure, his silhouette distorted by the stone's glow. As he stepped into the light, Pikachu recognized him from the portraits. Mr. Stonecroft. But the man before him bore little resemblance to the dashing archaeologist of yesteryears. His hair was unkempt, his eyes wild with a mix of fear and obsession, and his clothes tattered. "Mr. Stonecroft," Pikachu began, his voice calm and steady. "I've read your diaries. I've seen your descent into this obsession. And now, children from Pallet Town are missing. We need to resolve this." Stonecroft clutched the stone tighter, his gaze never leaving it. "This isn't mere obsession, Pikachu. This stone, it's a wonder, a marvel. It holds secrets, powers that can change the world." Detective Pikachu, ever the voice of reason, countered. "But at what cost? Your isolation, the tales of the cursed woods, the missing children. Is it truly worth it?" Stonecroft's eyes, for a brief moment, showed a glimmer of the man he once was, a hint of sadness, a touch of remorse, but it was quickly overshadowed by the stone's allure. "You can't understand," he whispered, almost pleadingly. "It's everything." As the two stood facing each other, the chamber's atmosphere grew tense. The shimmering stone, the very heart of the mystery, lay between them, its power and allure undeniable. But Detective Pikachu was determined to uncover its secrets and ensure the safety of the missing children. The next move was crucial, and the stakes had never been higher. Chapter 4. A Dance with Shadows. The standoff between Detective Pikachu and Mr. Stonecroft was palpable, the tension thick enough to cut with a knife. The room's ethereal glow, emanating from the shimmering stone, seemed to pulse in time with their heartbeats. Yet, amidst this charged atmosphere, something shifted. The stone's radiance intensified, casting elongated, writhing shadows on the chamber walls. Pikachu's keen detective senses were immediately on high alert. From the corner of his eye, he noticed that these weren't ordinary shadows. They seemed alive, each one taking on a distinct childlike form. His heart sank as realization dawned. The missing children from Pallet Town were entrapped within the stone's power. As the shadows danced and twirled, their soft, melancholic whispers filled the chamber. "Help us," they pleaded, their voices a haunting echo of innocence lost. Stonecroft, seemingly oblivious to the shadow's cries, clutched the stone even tighter. "See, Pikachu, they're a part of its wonder now. Protected, enchanted, forever." Detective Pikachu's resolve strengthened. "This isn't protection, Stonecroft. It's imprisonment. These children deserve to be free, to live their lives outside the grip of this curse." A thrilling game of cat and mouse ensued. Stonecroft, using the stone's power, summoned spectral Pokémon illusions to thwart Pikachu's advances. From ghostly Gengars to phantom phantoms, the chamber transformed into a battleground of illusions and wit. But Pikachu was not to be outdone. Drawing upon his vast experience and cunning, he evaded the illusions, using the chamber's architecture and the stone's light to his advantage. At one point, he even managed to harness the power of the stone briefly, dispelling a particularly menacing haunter that threatened to engulf him. Throughout this dance with shadows, Pikachu kept a keen ear out for the children's whispers. They were his guide, leading him closer to the stone, and he hoped a way to break its spell. In a climactic moment, using a decoy fashioned from a mirror shard and his own electric abilities, Pikachu managed to distract Stonecroft, creating an opening. With a determined leap, he reached for the shimmering stone, aiming to sever its connection with the trapped children. However, as his paw made contact, a surge of energy threw him back. The stone's power was formidable, and it would take more than just physical strength to break its hold. Pikachu knew he had to delve deeper, to understand its essence, and find a way to free the children from its grasp. Chapter 5. Redemption and Release. The chamber's ambiance was a juxtaposition of chaos and beauty. The shimmering stone, though enchanting in its allure, was also the epicenter of the unfolding turmoil. Detective Pikachu, despite being momentarily disoriented by the stone's surge, knew he had to rely on more than just his physical prowess. The key, he surmised, lay in the very essence of the stone and in the heart of Mr. Stonecroft. Pikachu, his voice steady yet filled with compassion, addressed Stonecroft. Your diary spoke of discovery, wonder, and the promise of something greater. But somewhere along the way, the allure of the stone overshadowed its true purpose. Stonecroft's gaze wavered, the weight of Pikachu's words sinking in. The chamber's walls, once animated with the dance of trapped shadows, now seemed to close in on him, a reflection of his own entrapment. Detective Pikachu continued. The children, they looked up to you, to the tales of your discoveries. They ventured into these woods seeking wonder, not imprisonment. The children's whispers grew louder, their pleas more desperate. Free us. Let us go. With a deep breath, Pikachu approached the stone once more, but this time not to confront it. Instead, he gently laid a paw on its surface, channeling his own memories, emotions, and empathy. He projected images of Pallet Town, of families waiting for their children, of joyous reunions, and of Stonecroft's earlier days. Days filled with genuine passion and discovery. Stonecroft, tears streaming down his face, finally saw the truth. The stone, in its purest form, was meant to be a beacon of knowledge and wonder. But his obsession had twisted its purpose, ensnaring innocent souls in the process. With newfound clarity and determination, Stonecroft joined Pikachu, placing his hand beside the detective's paw on the stone. Together, they channeled their combined energy, intent, and willpower. The chamber was bathed in a blinding light, and as it subsided, the once entrapped shadows of the children were freed. They materialized into their true forms, disoriented but unharmed, their expressions a mix of relief and awe. The shimmering stone, its purpose fulfilled and its power in balance, dimmed to a gentle glow, resonating with a hum of contentment. Stonecroft, his face etched with gratitude and remorse, turned to Pikachu. I lost my way, he whispered, his voice choked with emotion. Thank you for showing me the light. Detective Pikachu, ever the humble hero, simply nodded. Every mystery has a solution, Mr. Stonecroft. Sometimes it just requires a different perspective. The chapter concludes with the children, guided by Pikachu, emerging from the woods into the waiting arms of their families. The sun, casting a golden hue over Pallet Town, signaled a new dawn, free from the shadows of the past. And Detective Pikachu, his mission accomplished, retreated to his favorite cafe, savoring a well-deserved cup of oranberry coffee, reflecting on the intertwined nature of wonder, obsession, and redemption.